We come to you live from George Sparky Anderson Field here on the beautiful campus of California Lutheran University, where the Conejo Oaks get ready to host the San Francisco Seagulls. It's great to have you with us. We welcome you up to the broadcast booth alongside Judo Kanyas. My name is Sammy Fawn, and the Oaks today are hosting their first North Division team of the California Collegiate League, and the Oaks coming off a 3-game winning streak. We saw them beat the MLB Academy Barons 5-2 this past Tuesday. It was a very strong outing by Charlie Decker. He threw 5 strong innings of 2-run ball, allowed the 2-run home run to Tommy Gooden in that first inning, but rebounded very nicely after that. And today they've got the Seagulls, who are currently last in the CCL North, but this is definitely not a game for the Oaks to take for granted before the All-Star game next week.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's also one day at a time for the Conejo Oaks, as you just talked about, heading towards the CCL Showcase. But San Francisco Seagulls team, yes, they're 7-20, just had a good game in the 9th inning versus the Arroyo Seco Saints just yesterday, losing 9-8. They're on a 2-game kind of road trip here in Southern California. But I think for the Oaks, it's just take it day by day. And a guy on the mound today is Gabe Howard, who had a strong outing last time we saw him back on July 2nd versus the Bombers, and he'll look to continue on. And just, I think the starting pitching as a whole has been proven dominant, and they've been allowed to carry through the game.
Yeah, Oaks have strong starting pitching to help them get through the year, and we take you down to the field. Gabe Howard getting the start on the mound for the Oaks. Howard without a decision record so far this season, a 1.0 ERA. This is his fourth pitching appearance. As you mentioned, he was last seen against the Bombers in their 6-5 win. The Oaks walked off the Bombers 6-5 that game, and off we go. Josh Hansen leading things off for the San Francisco Seagulls, starting in center field. First pitch is popped up on the infield, out to, and in comes the right fielder, Isaac Veal, for out number 1. We'll take you through the batting order for the Seagulls. Josh Hansen led off. Thomas Maher at the plate. He's followed by Alan Ramirez. In the middle, Jackson Bird, who's the starting pitcher today, a two-way player. He's followed by Ethan Bergen, Caden Victorian, and to finish it off, Derek Waldvogel, Matt Galvin, and Mark Zhu. So here is Thomas Maher, the shortstop. He looks at a fastball strike on the outer part of the plate. Well, the Conejo Oaks currently on a 16-8 record, second place in the CCL South, right behind the first place Santa Barbara Foresters by just 1 game, not even perhaps. There's a ground ball to short. Play is made at short by Ethan Gonzalez, to throw to first for the out. Defensively for the Oaks, Gabe Howard on the mound, Anthony Thomas behind the plate, Devin Wilkes at first base. At second base, Jonah Dawson. Zach Mora is at third, Ethan Gonzalez at short, Jake Schwartz in left field, Jax Jimenez in center, and Isaac Veal playing right field for the Oaks. That'll bring up Alan Ramirez for the San Francisco Seagulls. He swings and misses at that first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
And last time we saw Gabe Howard was back on July 2nd versus the Bombers in a 6-5 win. Went 4 innings, just allowed 1 earned run, 2 runs total, and got 6 strikeouts in the 16 he faced.
There's a line drive foul to the left side. He's behind quickly 0-2. Well, Ramirez has played for Mission College, West Valley College, and most recently transferred to San Jose State University. He did not make an appearance for San Jose State in 2025, though. Here's the 0-2. There's a swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout for Gabe Howard, and we head to the bottom of the first. 1-2-3, the Seagulls go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We head to the bottom of the first inning. The Conejo Oaks coming up to bat against the San Francisco Seagulls. It'll be Ethan Gonzalez leading things off, and the starting pitcher for the Seagulls is the two-way player Jackson Bird, who's serving as the pitcher and the designated hitter on the day. It's great to have you with us again. Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. Ethan Gonzalez looks at a strike on the lower part of the zone. No balls and one strike. Well, Ethan Gonzalez batting .309 this season so far. We last saw him on July 5th against the San Diego Waves. He went 0 for 3 that game. There's a line drive to center field for a base hit. So Ethan Gonzalez is on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, good swing right there by Ethan Gonzalez to get the leadoff guy on the bags. You know, we've seen him on a 9-game hitting streak, and we've just seen his bat get warmer and warmer as the season moves along. And here in game 26, he continues to impress.
That'll bring up Zach Mora. Yeah, Gonzalez, you mentioned he was on a 9-game hitting streak before it ended, I'd say abruptly, as he was brought on as a pinch hitter for one at-bat, checked down at first. No dice. And the starting lineup for the Oaks, Gonzalez, Mora, and Wilkes. In the middle, Nolan Johnson, Jake Schwartz, and Jax Jimenez. And to finish it off, Anthony Thomas, Jonah Dawson, and Isaac Veal. Mora bunts it to the left side. This is a beauty. Pick at third. The throw to first gets away. And on his way to third is Gonzalez. Heading to second is Mora. The ball is bobbled in right field. And Gonzalez is going to come all the way around. A misplay on the field by the San Francisco Seagulls. In fact, 2 started on the ground ball to third. It was the misplay by Caden Victorian. He threw the ball away from Derek Waldvogel, and then it was Mark Zhu in right field had trouble picking it up. So Gonzalez scores all the way from first on a bunt, and Mora ends up at third.
Yeah, Gonzalez moving around the bags like Tinkerbell just that fast and was able to get home. And, you know, just the Oaks early on taking advantage of what the Seagulls are giving them.
First pitch is a ball, high and inside. 1-0 on Devin Wilkes. And now Mora at third. It's already 1-0 Oaks. There's a fly ball in the air to right field down the line, but it drifts foul. That was home run distance, by the way. Headed, you know, in the direction of the parking lot. There is a protective screen out there in right field, but that was certainly hooked a very good distance.
Yeah, we've seen already 2 home runs from Wilkes. He has that type of power.
1-1. Chopped foul backwards. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it was interesting. We early on, before this game, started talking to one of our statisticians, which would be Liam, and kind of diagnosing what Wilkes does at the plate. And one of the more aggressive guys.
There's a fly ball in the air to right. That's another foul ball. Yeah, Devin Wilkes, the first Oak with 2 home runs. He was also the first Oak to hit a home run. He's got that power at the plate. We know how far he can pull that ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach Mora at third, nobody out. Chopped foul to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Jackson Bird on the mound. Ethan Bergen behind the plate. Derek Waldvogel at first base. At second base is Alan Ramirez. Third base, Caden Victorian. At short, Thomas Maher. In the outfield from left to right, it's Mac Galvin, Josh Hansen, and Mark Zhu. There's a chopper up the middle. It's going to be cut off. A run will score. Throw to first in time. 1 out. And Mora comes to the plate. It's an RBI ground out for Devin Wilkes.
Yeah, it's a good play to sacrifice a hit for Wilkes that brings in a run. It's what we've seen the Oaks do all season. They're playing unselfish baseball, and right there leads to the second run.
That brings up Nolan Johnson, the designated hitter. Well, it's kind of been a hot minute since we've seen Nolan Johnson in the starting lineup as he looks at ball 1 outside. He's batting .348 this season. We saw him last week on July 2nd against the San Diego Bombers in the 6-5 walk-off win. There's a line drive, base hit to right field. So Nolan Johnson on with a 1-out single, the second hit of this game and this inning for the Oaks.
Yeah, another good piece of hitting right there, and you could just feel the Oaks coming out extremely aggressive. We've already seen a few guys swing on the first pitch and been pretty successful. Nolan Johnson just adding to that. As just with 1 out, already 2 runs scored, and Jake Schwartz at the plate, he has had himself a great past 2 games. He has 7 hits in the past 9 at-bats, including a home run and 2 RBIs.
Jake Schwartz steps to the plate, starting as the left fielder on the day. And he looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate. Well, Jake Schwartz, he was the starting left fielder on Tuesday as well against the MLB Academy Barons. The 0-1. That one is chopped foul and backwards. Well, just 3 games ago on July 5th, it was a win. And the 0-2 on the way to Schwartz. Instead, it's a check on Nolan Johnson at first base. Or I'm sorry, it was on July 6th. This past Sunday against the Philippine baseball group. Schwartz went a perfect 5 for 5, starting with a home run. Takes one inside, and Schwartz saw him hit a home run during batting practice that went over the right field wall. We saw him hit one down the line against Philippines this past Sunday. The 1-2. Popped up on the infield. Alan Ramirez calling for it and makes the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Jax Jimenez, again getting the start in center field. Yeah, Jimenez has been the starting center fielder now for the past 3 games in a row. With 2 outs. Check swing and the ball misses downstairs. 1-0. Well, Jax Jimenez, another guy with a home run this season, came on June 25th against the Arroyo Seco Saints. It was right here. 1-0. Takes a slider on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
For Jackson Bird, it's his first start on the mound as a Seagull. He's made appearances at the plate.
There's a swing and a miss from Jimenez. He's behind now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jax Jimenez, a 196 hitter. It's 11 for 56 on the year. 1-2, a swing and a miss. So Jackson Bird gets his first strikeout. Strong end to a rather frustrating first inning marked by defensive lapses. 2-0 Oaks. We head to the second inning. Stay tuned. We welcome you back here to George Sparky Anderson Field as Seagulls come to bat in the second inning. They went down 1-2-3 in the first inning, including a strikeout of Alan Ramirez. It'll be Jackson Bird, the starting pitcher, hoping to help himself on the mound by getting something started offensively.
He's only appeared in one game thus far at the plate for the Seagulls, making his second plate appearance.
That one is chopped to the right side. It goes foul. Well, Jackson Bird currently attending UC Riverside after spending his first 2 years at Sacramento State. This season for UCR, he played 41 games, made 10 starts. He pitched 19 games. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. This past season, he threw 23 innings, struck out 20 batters. It's behind 0-2 to Gabe Howard in his fourth pitching appearance. 0-2. Fouled straight back. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Well, the San Francisco Seagulls, having dropped their last 2 games against the Sonoma Stompers and the Arroyo Seco Saints. Lost to the Saints yesterday, a close 9-8 loss. The 0-2. Fouled away to the left side, still no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and this was the whole mission for the San Francisco Seagulls. I mean, this is their first season as being a member of the California Collegiate League. They were an affiliate in 2024, but their whole goal was to play games against the South Division back in 2024, and now they're doing it in 2025.
There's a swing and a miss, so Bird goes down via way of the K for the first out.
Yeah, second strikeout for Gabe Howard as he now gets his third start of the season. Just looking more and more comfortable. Talking to Coach David Solis yesterday in a podcast with me and you, Sammy, just talking about the starting pitch, and he's pretty confident with the guys that he's got, and Alex Umlin, Gabe Howard, Charlie Decker, even Cody Carson and Cade Beloyan, just all guys that have been a lot more comfortable.
First pitch, a swing and a miss by the catcher Ethan Bergen. Bergen, another UC Riverside baseball player, teammates with Jackson Bird. He transferred to UCR after 2 years at Skyline College. He played from 2023 to 2024. 1 out. Here's the 0-1. Off speed, hits the outside corner for strike 2, 0-2. And Bergen, he had one multi-hit game this past 2025 spring season. It was against Utah on March 1st. No balls and 2 strikes. Here it is. That one is ripped foul to the left side. Well, I remember where I was on March 1st. I was actually right here in this booth calling a Cal Lutheran baseball doubleheader against Whitman College of the Northwest Conference. Kingsman took 2 out of 3 games that series, but the third game was called in the 8th inning due to darkness. There's a swing and a miss by Ethan Bergen for out number 2. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Gabe Howard.
Yeah, just continuing where he left off. And, when you go back to his last start versus the Bombers just a week ago, a little bit more than a week ago, he went the first 2 innings. He also had 4 strikeouts and retired the side in back-to-back innings, looking to do it for a second time right here in the second inning.
Brings up Caden Victorian, the third baseman, as he takes the ball outside. Well, Victorian responsible for the error following the bunt in the bottom of the first inning, the throw that just one-hopped Waldvogel and got away from him. 1-0, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike on Caden Victorian. Well, he is currently a senior at Cal State LA. And he's from Los Angeles as well. 1-1. Misses in the dirt for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, in 2025, Caden Victorian played in 51 games, starting all 51 of those. Hit 2 home runs for Cal State LA. 2-1. Misses downstairs. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's the benefit when you have just starting pitchers who are a lot more comfortable and command the strike zone. Makes it a little easier in your offense. Don't have to play catch-up ball all the time.
3-1. That misses inside for ball 4, so a 2-out walk to Caden Victorian, the first base runner of the day for the Seagulls.
Yeah, just good patience by Victorian to not chase at those low fastballs that Howard was trying to get him. With just the 5th walk Howard has allowed in his 4 appearances thus far.
That'll bring up Derek Waldvogel, rising sophomore at Skyline College. That one has popped up in the air to center field. Has some good carry there, but the catch is made by Jax Jimenez. So we now head to the bottom of the 2nd inning, 2-0 Oaks when we return. Anthony Thomas will lead things off for the Oaks here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Thomas started the season off as the regular starting catcher for the Oaks and comes to the plate for his first at-bat of the day, and it's 2-0 Oaks here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Thomas batting .222. He looks at a strike on right over the plate. Well, Thomas playing in his 12th game of the season. He has 2 RBIs on the year, just 4 hits. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Thomas. We last saw him 4 days ago, last Sunday, against the Philippines baseball group in the 8-1 victory. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by Waldvogel. He tosses to Jackson Bird at first for the out. So quickly 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and that'll bring up Jonah Dawson for the Oaks. Dawson, one of 2 players for Cal-Lu on the Conejo Oaks baseball team. There were a bunch last year, including last year the Conejo Oaks Cal-Lu baseball team consisted of Danuitz, Daniel Orozco, Luis Lurs, Kai Caranto, Luke Wexler, and also Austin Carrillo, who used to go to Cal-Lu and then transferred to Biola. So 1 ball and no strikes to Dawson. Grounds one just foul to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonah Dawson, a rising junior at Cal Lutheran, batting .161 this summer. He's got 5 hits, including 1 double. 1-1. Slider hits the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Isaac Veal waits on deck. Dawson, a guy we've seen at second, first, third, and left. 1-2. Ripped foul, and, well, more specifically, I've seen him at first base. We haven't seen him at first this summer yet. But certainly for Cal Lutheran this past season, he's proven himself to be a strong utility and a strong bat at the plate as well. 1-2. Chop backwards foul. It's still 1-2 on Dawson.
And this is the first matchup that the Oaks have of the season versus a North California collegiate team, one of the newer teams that joined in 2024 along with the Menlo Park Legends. Both teams now in the North Division. It's not the last North team they'll face.
That one misses outside for a ball. Looking forward into the schedule. The Oaks will play a couple games against the San Luis Obispo Blues, one at home at Sparky Anderson on July 25th, and the next day, Oaks will travel to Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, and the Slow Blues actually used to be part of the South Division, and then they moved in 2024 up to the North after the North Division saw 3 of their teams leave the California Collegiate League.
That hits Dawson on the foot. So he'll head down to first with 1 out here in the second inning. That'll bring up Isaac Veal, the starting right fielder for the Oaks on the day. Well, Isaac Veal saw from right field this past Sunday make a terrific 1-hop strike to the plate. To nail, it was Javen Boxa. Got the outfield assist to keep it ultimately an 8-1 ball game. There's a slider that hits the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike on Veal.
Yeah, and the numbers aren't going to wow you with Veal. Only 2 hits and a 51 batting average, but he does the little things that the Oaks can appreciate.
Takes 1 low. Yeah, Veal, he does have 2 hits this season. So not a particularly high average hitter, but, you know, he's come on as a pinch runner and has done his job around the bases. The pitch is skied in the air to shallow center field. Coming in, Josh Hansen to make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, some range out there from the center fielder. Hansen pretty much had to come all the way into center field shallow area and make the play, but regardless, gets the out.
That'll bring up Ethan Gonzalez. He singled his first time up in the first inning. That was followed immediately by the error by Victorian at third, following the bunt from Mora, as there's a check on Dawson at first. There's a ground ball to third. Caden Victorian throws to second to get Dawson for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, 1 hit batter. We head now to the 3rd inning, 2-0 Oaks. We'll be back. 2 innings done. We are in the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 Oaks as the Seagulls will come up to bat in their half of the 3rd. And leading off for the Seagulls, it's going to be Matt Galvin, the left fielder. First pitch. Galvin went around, so he's behind 0-1.
And I'll say this will be an important inning for Gabe Howard. It was the first 2 innings he went through pretty seamlessly, but that 3rd inning against the Bombers is where he kind of let up, and even talking to him post-game, just a loose mind, has to concentrate here.
Pitch misses down and away. Well, Matt Galvin, currently a junior at Skagit Valley College, previously played summer ball for the Okotoks Dogs of the Western Canadian League. There's a strike on the outside corner, and to clarify, Dogs is spelled D-A-W-G-S.
Dogs.
So, yeah, like that kind of dogs. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matt Galvin. Nobody out here in the 3rd. 1-2 from Howard. Ground ball to short. Ethan Gonzalez misplays the ground ball. It gets right past him. So that'll be the first error of the day for the Oaks. Well, on that ground ball, looked like Gonzalez may have lifted his glove just a tad too early and just booted it.
Yeah, I think he tried to also just get a little too flashy. Probably should have put his body more and just in front of the ground ball, and right there kind of just let up and allowed it to roll through.
That'll bring up Mark Zhu, the right fielder. There's a check on Galvin at first, rather close. Well, Mark Zhu, the last batter in the order of the Seagulls lineup, looks to get the Seagulls 1 step closer as he shows bunt again. Howard comes home. And it is bunted in front of Howard. Good enough to advance Galvin to second, so Mark Zhu does his job, gets the sac bunt down, and the Seagulls have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Yeah, and you could see Howard thought about potentially going for the double play, but just with the speed of Galvin already pretty much at second base, making the safe and conscious choice to go to first and at least just get 1 out.
That'll bring up Josh Hansen, the center fielder for the Seagulls. Hansen flew out to right his first time up on the first pitch that he saw. He's now got a chance to bring home Matt Galvin and punish the Oaks for the error. That's right, that error is still standing at second. Popped up right side, foul territory. It will not stay in play as Wilkes runs out of room.
Hansen committed on June 22nd of this summer to go play at California Berkeley University. Spent 2025 with USC, just no appearances. Is a second-year player for the Seagulls. Played in 22 games last season in their inaugural season in the California Collegiate League.
A 1 on the way. Fouled away to the right side. 0-2 will during his time in high school. Hansen did play travel ball. Played 4 varsity seasons played 4 seasons at IMG Academy. And in his junior and senior year, slashed .396, .539, and .669. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Howard deals. That misses outside for a ball. Well, Hansen in his time at IMG crushed 6 home runs, had 16 doubles. Came to USC as the 6th ranked outfielder in California and 25th ranked overall recruit in the state according to Perfect Game. 1-2 is a high chopper on the left side. Zach Mora is able to look Galvin back to second, but Hansen beats the throw to first.
Yeah, and Mora's decision to think about even throwing to second base allowed Hansen to get a good jump over to first, and with a bang-bang play at first, Hansen did get there safely, just in the moment of time.
Yeah, well, Mora there was a tad late and out short. That'll bring up Thomas Maher, the shortstop. He grounded out his first time up. 2 on with 1 out. That one is lined foul to the right side. Oaks catch a break there. Well, the Seagulls with Galvin at second and Hansen at first. Galvin, if he scores, that would be an unearned run, but both guys on base are potential, could have been potential outs. The 0-1 to Maher. In the air to center field, Jimenez drifts back into his left to make the catch, tagging at second, and on his way to third is Galvin, and he will make it sliding in. So Maher drives the ball deep enough to center field to move Galvin to third.
Yeah, good try by Jimenez out in center field, just not hard enough of a throw to get it all the way to third base, and just 90 feet away for the Seagulls to get their first run of the game.
Brings up Alan Ramirez, who went down swinging his first time up. Runners at the corners with now 2 outs. Ramirez has some pressure to bring Galvin home with a hit. Ground ball left side, in through for a base hit. That plates Galvin. Hansen goes to second, and the Seagulls on the board. It's a 1-run ball game, 2-1 Oaks, as Seagulls do make the Oaks pay for the error to start this inning.
Yeah, Ramirez just rips that into left field, and Moore does a good job trying to dive and get it, but just a tad late to make the play, and it now allows the Seagulls to have a chance to even take the lead right here.
Yeah, Jackson Bird has a chance to help himself out right here and give himself some run support on the mound. He struck out swinging his first time up. Hansen at second. And Ramirez at first. There's a strike that hits the outside corner. Looked like a little off speed there. 0-1.
And for Gabe Howard, he just really has to go back to what was working before, you know. Relax the mind. You're already on the mound. You don't have to think too much. Just go and play baseball.
Oh, 1. Misses upstairs. It's an even 1-1 count on Jackson Bird. Well, Bird was the middleman in a 3-strikeout column for Gabe Howard. One on the way. Shallow center field. Jimenez is there to make the catch. So the Seagulls get 1 run. They take advantage of that error to start the inning. They make it a 1-run game, 2-1 Oaks as we head to the bottom of the third. Stay tuned. After 2.5 innings, it's 2-1 Oaks as the Seagulls scored an unearned run in the top of the third inning. And it'll be Zach Mora leading things off for the Oaks here in the bottom of the third. Mora laid down a bunt his first time up that ended up spilling a run that the Seagulls gave up as a result of a throwing error by Victorian at third, as Mora takes a strike on the lower part of the zone, 0-1.
Yeah, it was a strong response from the Seagulls in that third inning after the first two scoreless innings and really just no base runners at all.
0-1 to Mora. Ground ball foul to the left side, 0-2. Well, yeah, the Seagulls, at times they've had some strong responses to what was, and still really is, a rough start to their season. They're currently 7-20 in the CCL. They did win against the Menlo Park Legends this past Saturday, as that one misses low and away. It was a 8-4 win for the Seagulls. They did have a while back a 2-game winning streak from June 21st to June 22nd against Philippines Baseball Group and the Menlo Park Legends, as that one skied in the air to left field, and catch is made by the shortstop Maher on the outfield grass. That'll bring up Devin Wilkes for the Oaks. Wilkes had an RBI of his own, his first time up on an RBI groundout. The bunt and the RBI groundout have been the 2 runs so far for the Oaks. And he takes one outside for a ball.
Yeah, and one thing I learned before this game is Wilkes has the highest swing percentage on first pitches. He has a 68% swing percentage on the first pitch right there. Does a good job not to chase.
But he did chase right there and chase that low pitch that just the bottom dropped out of it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, this past Tuesday, Wilkes went 2 for 4 at the plate with a double and a single, and he chops that one foul to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wilkes.
Yeah, last time we saw him with a 1-2 count, he chopped into second base. And that's another thing with Wilkes. He's not a great batter when he's behind in the count, just batting 188 when he's behind anything 1-2.
Swing and a miss. And Bergen will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning now. Brings up Nolan Johnson. He served a single to right field his first time up. It was a solid line drive that got right in between Ramirez and Waldvogel. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch from Jackson Bird. Chop to the right side again. Alan Ramirez throws to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Bird, the first that he has seen on the day. So we now head to the 4th inning. We're a third of the way through this game. Stay tuned. We now head to the fourth inning. Ethan Bergen will lead it off for the San Francisco Seagulls. Seagulls chasing 1 run in the fourth inning as Bergen steps to the plate. He went down via way of the K his first time up as he faces Gabe Howard. Howard in his fourth inning of work. Check swing, and Bergen, they say he went around for a strike. Yeah, well, Gabe Howard, he's definitely had a strong season so far for the Oaks. He's only allowed 1 run. The 0-1 misses downstairs, low and away for ball 1.
Let's see how he responds after that third inning. It was just 1 run he gave up right there. Or not 1 run he gave up, but just 1 run scored. See how he comes back in this fourth inning.
1-1 pitch. Bergen is able to lay off at a pitch in the dirt, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, yeah, Gabe Howard, we've seen him throw against the MLB Academy Barons, the Arroyo Seco Saints, and the San Diego Bombers, and now the Seagulls. 2-1. Misses in the dirt, gets behind Thomas for ball 3, and all 3 games that Howard has pitched into this point have been wins for the Oaks. No time has Howard been the pitcher of record yet, though. 3 balls and 1 strike. Howard to Bergen. Grounder to the right side. Fielded by Dawson. He throws to first for the out.
Yeah, good job by Dawson staying patient, waiting for the ball to come to him. It wasn't a terribly hard hit ball. All he had to do was collect.
Well, that now brings up Caden Victorian, the third baseman. He drew a walk his first time up.
Yeah, the senior at Cal State Los Angeles.
First pitch. There's a strike, an off-speed pitch on the inner part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Howard ahead in the count. Victorian, a business finance major at Cal State LA. That hits the outside corner as well. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, teammates with Conejo Oaks, Ethan Gonzalez. Both, in fact, the same year and spent the same amount of time at the university.
0-2 pitch on the way from Gabe Howard is upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Victorian, aside from baseball and his free time, enjoys playing basketball and video games. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball in the air to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Victorian putting on the wheels. He's going to go to third, and he's going to make it without a play. So a 1-out stand-up triple for Caden Victorian as that ball split the gap right in between Jimenez and Veal, and Victorian had 3 easily.
Yeah, I mean, he made that look easy with his speed, and that's just now his 2nd hit of the season. And also his first triple of the season. So with just 1 swing of the bat, the Seagulls are already in scoring position, looking to tie this ball game up.
Brings up Derek Waldvogel for the Seagulls. There's a fastball on the outside corner, no balls and 1 strike. Well, the Seagulls have the tying run at third now with 1 out. Waldvogel, he flew out to center his first time up. If he does that same thing, he could bring Victorian home, the 0-1. Waldvogel gets a piece of that one and fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes. The San Francisco Seagulls, being introduced, as you mentioned, they were an affiliate last year, and, starting out full-time in the CCL could be tough in the beginning, but been finding moments to emerge. Misses in the dirt, blocked by Anthony Thomas, and actually just saw a Seagull
to our right, flying in the air.
Yeah, they were part of the Golden State Collegiate Baseball League before they joined. They won the 2022 and 2023 championship.
At Golden State Collegiate League, much like the Coastal Dodgers and the Malibu Marlins. 1-2, strike three called right on the outside corner. 2 gone. That's a big strikeout for Gabe Howard, and that would be his 4th of the day.
Yeah, just froze him at the plate like Elsa from Frozen. Did not know what hit him. Now the 4th strikeout for Gabe Howard of the day.
Well, there's 2 outs, and now it's Mac Galvin at the plate. Caden Victorian still at third. More pressure to get him home, though, with 2 outs. That one is fouled straight back. Galvin reached on an error by Gonzalez his first time up that ultimately did lead to the only run that the Seagulls have so far. Lifted in the air to center field, coming in Jimenez. He lays out and makes the catch. Boy, what a great play by Jax Jimenez in center. Covered a lot of ground and raced in, and that's going to do it for the top of the 4th. We now head to the bottom of the 4th. Oaks still have the lead, 2-1. Jake Schwartz will step to the plate for the Oaks. Getting a second at-bat of the day. He popped out his first time up as Jackson Bird enters his 4th inning of work. It's allowed 2 runs to the Oaks. And Schwartz looks at a strike right on the outside corner, 0-1. Well, Schwartz, another Oak player who has hit a home run this past season. It came on Sunday against Philippines Baseball Group. That one is nubbed foul to the left side. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, Oaks with just a 1-run lead. That catch by Jax Jimenez in center field, that was huge to end the 4th inning. The 0-2. Misses upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good eye by Schwartz.
Yeah, leading the Caneo Oaks with a .500 batting average. And in his last 10 at-bats now, still has 7 hits. Working on a 2-game hitting streak.
That one misses down for a ball. It's an even 2-2 count on Jake Schwartz. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bird comes home. On a hop to second base, Alan Ramirez will throw to first for the out. 1 gone, and that'll bring up Jax Jimenez, who made probably the most clutch, possibly his clutchest play in the outfield that we have seen so far this season. He laid out in center field. You know, with one out and a runner at third, Waldvogel was frozen with a strikeout, and then, you know, the ball driven to center field by Galvin, and Jimenez makes a huge catch. If that ball falls, it's a tie game.
Yeah, we'll say we've seen him do that play out in whether it's left field or center field just a couple times. But yeah, showing off his athleticism.
The 1-0. Lifted in the air to left center field, not very deep. Coming in is the left fielder. That would be Galvin to make the catch. 2 outs. That'll bring up Anthony Thomas, the catcher. Thomas grounded out to second his first time up as he gets his second plate appearance of the day. Well, Anthony Thomas hit 4 home runs in his first year at Grossmont College as he looks at a strike, the outer part of the zone. And Anthony Thomas, one of 5 catchers on the team. As the 0-1, a swing and a miss, 0-2. We've got Anthony Thomas, Jose Vasquez, Landon West, Nolan Johnson, and Jacob Galloway. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bird comes home, and it just misses a little bit high for a ball. Nice attempt there by Bird. He almost froze Thomas on what may have been an upper part of the zone strike 3 call, but good eye by Thomas, 1-2. With 2 outs, the pitch. Misses in the dirt, low and away, 2-2. On deck is Jonah Dawson for the Conejo Oaks. And both of their runs so far have come in the first inning. 2-2 misses down and in, a full count on Anthony Thomas now.
Yeah, has done a good job fighting out of an 0-2 count. Got a little help from the umpire, but still an opportunity to keep the Oaks alive.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So Jackson Bird with his 3rd strikeout of the day. Another 1-2-3 inning. He has retired the last 7 he has faced. We head to the 5th inning, 2-1 Oaks. We'll be back. Gabe Howard enters his 5th inning of work against the San Francisco Seagulls. It's a 2-1 ball game here in the 5th, and leading things off for the Seagulls will be Mark Zhu, the right fielder. Well, Zhu laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time up, and that did ultimately lead to a run. It's really the error before him that led to that run, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Well, Zhu, Hansen, and Maher due up in this top of the 5th inning as the Seagulls still chasing 1 run. Had an opportunity to score last inning, but just came up 1 out short.
Yeah, Gabe Howard now going into his 5th inning of action. It's the longest we've seen him on the mound thus far for the Oaks. He's pitched a season high of 4 innings versus Bombers, but this is now a new season high.
1-1. That hits the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mark Zhu. One, 2 on the way. That misses outside. Count is now even at 2. Will Mark Zhu, coming out of this season, as that one is chopped foul to the left side. It's still a 2-2 count. He is coming out of this season from City College of San Francisco. A season where he batted .348. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Howard deals. A shot up the middle. Off the body of Jonah Dawson, and he's got no play now. So Zhu is aboard to start the 5th inning.
Yeah, that was just a tough play, the way that Jonah Dawson's body was positioned pretty much sideways to where the ball was hit. Try to backhand the play, but a well-hit ball right there by Zhu to get on base.
Does go down as a hit, as it looked like it sort of went right off of his left thigh. So that'll bring up Josh Hansen, the center fielder. It's a 2-1 ball game still. Zhu at first, nobody out in the 5th. Hansen looks at a ball outside, 1-0. Well, Josh Hansen is 1 for 2 on the day. He reached base on an infield single his first time up. That may not have been if it weren't for the error a couple batters before. A check on Zhu at first. He gets back. He looked like he was ready to steal. It is a 1-0 count on Hansen as Howard looks to keep this 1-run lead for the Oaks. Pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. It's an even 1-1 count on Josh Hansen.
Hansen 1 for 2 on the day. He's had 2 multi-hit games in the past 3 games.
Another check on Mark Zhu at first base.
That one pretty well executed by Howard. Just heads up play by Zhu to slide back safely, but see if Zhu continues to test him at first base.
1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Zhu. Pitches down. Throw down to second in time. They got him. Boy, what a strike to second base by Anthony Thomas. That throw had some mustard on it, and it's a big first out for the Oaks here in the 5th.
Yeah, that was pinpoint accuracy, like Mirda at Bravery. Just with her bow and arrow, she's able to sling that and get that to second base and get the out. Or he's able to get the out.
2-1 misses upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike with now 1 out. Yeah, with 1 out instead of nobody out, and now nobody on base instead of a runner on base, totally changes the tone of the at-bat and the momentum in the batter's favor. 3-1. Misses a little bit upstairs for ball 4, a 1-out walk to Josh Hansen. He does get help, though, thanks to Zhu's attempt to steal second. He was gunned down by Anthony Thomas. That'll bring up Thomas Maher, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a pop out. That one misses inside for a ball, 1-0.
Maher, a sophomore at UCSD, very decorated player at Torrey Hines High School.
Here's the 1-0. Check swing. Say he went around, but the ball does get by Thomas, so Maher will go to second. Or Hansen, I beg your pardon, will go to second.
Yeah, I think Howard just needs to calm down a little bit on the mound. You know, he has his fastball that has worked here and there, and as well as his off-speed changeup, but just really needs to find a little bit more comfortability, like we talked about earlier.
1-1 pitch with 1 out. Howard comes to, oh no, he throws to second base to check on Hansen.
Yeah, that was just a warning as Dawson just didn't really make a play at second base.
1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. One to Maher. Misses upstairs, ball 2. Thomas Maher, a 3-year varsity starter at Torrey Pines High School in San Diego. Rising sophomore at UCSD. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. To the plate comes Howard. Line drive, base hit to left field. Hansen is going to come home as Schwartz kicks it in left. And we have a tie ball game. So it's a single and an error on Schwartz. And we are level at 2.
Yeah, just defensive miscues here for the Oaks have really allowed the Seagulls to take advantage. We saw the pass ball to allow Hansen to even get to second base, and then it was a well-hit ball, but Schwartz probably had a chance if he was able to get it in time with the throw. But, yeah, he just, like you said, he kicked it. And just still 1 out.
Yeah, and both runs that the Seagulls have scored have followed up on errors. Of course, it could have been 2 runs this inning if it weren't for the caught stealing attempt. Runner at first with 1 out, Alan Ramirez. A swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike to Ramirez, who is responsible for one of the 2 runs today for the Seagulls, one of the 2 RBIs. A 1 with 1 out. Maher at first. Pitch misses downstairs, 1-1. Well, we saw Zoo. I think the Oaks were well prepared for him to steal, and the pitch was good enough for Thomas to throw down to second and get the out. Another check. Oh, it gets away from Devin Wilkes. Maher on his way to second, and he's on his way to third now as Veal just gets it in. It's a 2-base error on the pickoff attempt from Gabe Howard. Second error of this inning by the Oaks.
Yeah, all sorts of issues right now for the Oaks, and it's only them that they can really blame right now. It's just mistake after mistake. We have a pass ball, a errant throw at first base, and now a real opportunity for the Seagulls to take their first lead of the game.
Infield has moved up for the Oaks. That misses down and in to Ramirez. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, they've been thriving off of errors from the Oaks. Here's the 2-1. Fouled straight back. It's now an even 2-2 count on Ramirez. Maher, the runner at third base, was lucky enough to take 2 bases on an errant throw on a pickoff attempt. 2-2. That misses upstairs. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got a full count here. Full count, 1 out, tie game, runner at third. Payoff from Howard. Fouled back out of play.
Yeah, the infield pretty much all the way in.
Full count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. In the air to center field. Coming in Jimenez. He's not going to get it. And the Seagulls will take the lead as Thomas Maher comes to the plate. It's an RBI single for Alan Ramirez.
Yeah, the Oaks just this inning have fallen asleep like Prince Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, and they just have not been able to take advantage of any plays. I mean, these are really just miscues for them that they have not been able to come back from, and the Seagulls are jumping on pretty much all of those mistakes that they're making thus far. Now we see a pitching visit.
Yeah, Scott Rudinsky going out to the mound to talk to Howard.
So the Seagulls in their trip down south, putting up 2 good fights and a good one right here at George Sparky Anderson Field. And I mean, that's the thing. They're, one of the newer teams, and a big reason why the Seagulls are really part of the California Collegiate League was back in 2024, the North Division of the California Collegiate League saw the Healdsburg Prune Packers, the Lincoln Potters, and the Solano Mudcats all leave for the Pacific Empire League, leaving 3 spots open. So the Menlo Park Legends, the San Francisco Seagulls, and then it was the San Luis Obispo Blues that got relocated to the North Division to kind of fill the void.
Brings up Jackson Bird, still just 1 out in this inning. That one is lifted high and deep to right center field. Veal going back to the wall. He makes the catch at the wall, and it looks like the Oaks are going to get a double play here, and they will. Well, Ramirez had no idea that ball was caught. Just completely blindsided by that one. And so now we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And that's huge for the Oaks. 3-2 Seagulls. We'll be back. Jonah Dawson will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th inning for Cal Lutheran as the I beg your pardon, for the Conejo Oaks. Cal Lutheran baseball does not actively play in the summer. So now Dawson to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Oaks have not scored since the 1st inning. First pitch to Dawson. There's a strike on the outer part of the zone. 0-1. Well, the Seagulls took advantage of a couple of errors in the top of the 5th inning. There was the pickoff attempt. As there one's a ground ball to the left side. It's in through for a base hit. So Dawson on with a leadoff single. Yeah, in that top of the top of the 5th inning, there was the single by Maher in left, and then Schwartz could not come up with the ball, and that allowed Hansen to score. And then shortly after that, Gabe Howard attempted to pick off Maher at first, and it went away from Devin Wilkes. Maher would come home shortly after that on a single by Ramirez. Isaac Veal lines a base hit to left center field. And Dawson making the turn. He's going to go to third, and Veal goes to second. And it's a double for Isaac Veal, and the Oaks have runners at second and third with nobody out. And I believe for Isaac Veal, that would be his first double of the season, his first extra base hit.
Yeah, and I was going to say with Dawson, but even just with Veal, those are the two players you wanted to see get hits, and those are their first few hits since the first inning. You know, you talked about it. We've seen Bird been extremely effective, but it's a great way to start a 5th inning, especially being held scoreless the past 3 innings. And now Ethan Gonzalez, who's been a warrior at the plate himself.
Just the corners are up for the Seagulls. There's a strike on the lower part of the zone to Gonzalez. Yeah, Gonzalez 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the first inning. The 0-1. Misses high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Dawson at third representing the tying run. Go-ahead run at second base. A single could drive in both. A single to the outfield. Outfielders are pretty deep. Misses high and outside. It's 2-1 on Gonzalez. Dawson and Veal, the runners, both with great speed. Here's the 2-1. Drops in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ethan Gonzalez. Zach Mora waits on deck. Pressure on both Bird and Gonzalez. Gonzalez, all he needs to do to get a run home is get a deep enough fly ball or a deep enough ground ball. Ground ball to short. Maher will make the play at first to get Gonzalez, but to the plate comes Dawson, and we have a tie ball game.
Yeah, once again, just the Oaks being unselfish at the plate. Ethan Gonzalez driving in a run. And, you know, when we talked with Coach David Solis just yesterday, I think that was kind of the big word. Just being unselfish creates kind of that good culture. It's all about playing team baseball. And the Oaks are doing it right here, and that's kind of how they've generated their runs today. It hasn't been home runs. It hasn't been long balls. It's just been the little things. Now back to a tie ball game.
Misses down and in, 1-0 on Zach Mora. Well, Mora, he's reached on an error, and he also popped out his last time up. He has a chance to bring Veal home with a single to the outfield. Third base is now open. Runner at second with 1 out. 1-0. That one drops a little low for ball 2. It's 2-0 on Zach Mora. There's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. A tie ball game at 3. That misses outside, 3-0. A good framing attempt by Ethan Bergen, but umpire was not buying it. It's 3-0 on Mora, with Wilkes waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch. There's a strike on the lower part of the zone, 3-1. Well, the Oaks have scored now their first run since the first inning, and as you mentioned, got their first hits since the first inning. And Isaac Veal, that's a big one to step up. 3-1 is ripped foul, and watch out, David Solis. Third base coach, also the head coach for the Oaks, as well as Ventura College.
Yeah, great awareness. Pretty pretty much go all the way down to the ground, not to get hit by that one.
A full count pitch. Line drive, base hit to center field. Veal is going to be held at third, as he had to be sure that that ball was not going to be caught. So it's now runners at the corners with one out. And Zach Mora joins the hit party.
Yeah, this has been a great inning right here for the Oaks. Just all of them staying aggressive at the plate. Zach Mora now with his first hit of the day, 6th hit of the season.
And out to the mound now to talk to Jackson Bird goes Mark Caviglia in his 22nd season at the helm. As the general manager and the on-field manager for the Seagulls.
Yeah, he was one of the co-founders of the Seagulls back in 2003, and they've spent some time in different leagues and now ended up with the California Collegiate League. And he said the one thing he kind of learned that just the pedigree of the California Collegiate League was a little bit bigger was heading into last season. He actually got a phone call from the Cal State Fullerton coach basically asking him if there was this incoming junior outfielder, Logan Hart, who could be a part of his team. And it was something he was not used to. He was accustomed to pursuing Division I players and not players pursuing the team itself. And so that's just kind of where he was able to learn and see that, the California Collegiate League really is one of those premier leagues in California for collegiate baseball, especially during the summer.
Devin Wilkes is now the batter. Runners at the corners, Veal at third and Mora at first with one out. Wilkes gets drilled in the arm. That got him, just below the shoulder, so he'll be at first, and it's the second hit batter that we have seen on the day.
Yeah, and Wilkes just a warrior like Mulan when he gets hit by these pitches. That's now his 5th hit pitch of the season. And he just walks it off and gets to first base, and now it's bases loaded for the Oaks.
Bases loaded with one out. Bases full of Oaks, Veal, Mora, and Wilkes. That one misses low for a ball. Well, it's a tie game, and Bird, he's deep in the waters like Ariel. Bases loaded with one out. 1-0. Chopped foul to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, this is definitely the most trouble that we have seen Bird in on the mound by far today.
Yeah, it's a complete, 360 or 180 really from what we've seen him do in the 3rd, the 4th, and even the 2nd inning.
1-1 on the way. Misses high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Veal at third, Mora at second, and Wilkes at first with 1 out. And a tie game at 3. A 2-1. That one's fouled away to the right side. It's a 2-2 count on Johnson. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 swing. Can put the Oaks out in front. 2-2 on the way. Ground ball to second. Ramirez tossed to second for 1. Throw to first in time for the inning-ending double play. That is huge for the Seagulls, and Ramirez, he was calm as a cucumber there. Kept his composure and tossed to second for the first out, and Maher took care of the rest. And we'll head now to the 6th inning. Tie game at 3. We'll be back. Well, the Seagulls will come up to bat here in the top of the 6th inning, and leading things off for San Francisco this inning is going to be Ethan Bergen, as that one misses in the dirt. Bergen is 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a ground out. Oaks tied the game at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning in very much earned fashion. They got 2 doubles to start off the inning, and then it was an RBI ground out. 1-0. Misses outside for ball 2.
Now it's a Grossmont to Grossmont connection from the mound to behind the dish. Xander Allen Fox now making his 8th appearance on the mound.
That one is chopped foul to the left side. Attempted grab there by Tyler Hawley in the dugout.
As it's Anthony Thomas behind the dish, both Grossmont players. Xander Allen Fox pitched in a total of 8 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 12 runs, 9 of those being earned. Has allowed 4 walks and has 5 strikeouts as he replaces Gabe Howard.
Line drive right back up the middle, a base hit. So a leadoff single by Ethan Bergen. Good start for the Seagulls with a tie ball game here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, strong piece of hitting. Just kind of let that hang in the zone, and Bergen jumped all over that and got his first hit of the day, just 3rd hit of the season, and his 2nd game of the season for the Seagulls.
Brings up Caden Victorian, the 3rd baseman. He's 1 for 1 on the day, a walk, and he tripled his last time up. That one misses down and in. Unfortunately for the Seagulls, they couldn't make anything of that triple because that was followed by a strikeout and what still is and has been a huge catch in center field by Jax Jimenez. 1-0. Hits the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Derek Waldvogel is on deck for San Francisco. 1-1. Misses upstairs. It's now 2-1 on Victorian. Also, Gabe Howard went 5 innings, allowed 3 runs. That one's grounded to short. Toss to second by Gonzalez. Throw to first in time for the double play. Beautiful work on the 6-4-3. Gonzalez to Dawson to Wilkes.
Yeah, that was just perfectly executed off the bat. You could tell that that's exactly what Gonzalez was thinking, and they executed to perfection.
That now brings up Derek Waldvogel, who was 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out and a strikeout. First pitch, sharp ground ball to short. Gonzalez will throw to first in time, so 3 up and 3 down as Xander Allen Fox takes care of business here in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 3-3. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Here we are now in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jackson Bird's day is done. He yields way to the right-hander David Orlinski, making his first appearance of the season. And he faces Jake Schwartz to start things off for the Oaks. That one misses upstairs for a ball. Well, Jake Schwartz is 0 for 2 on the day with a pop out and a fly out. Has a chance to get something started. Give the Oaks a chance to take the lead as that one misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, we got a good one here at George Sparky Anderson Field.
(2-0) misses high and outside. It's now a 3-0 count on Schwartz. Yeah, the Oaks tied the game in the bottom of the 5th after the Seagulls had taken the lead with 2 runs in the top half, as that one misses high and outside for ball 4.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk to start this inning is a good sign for the Oaks.
Brings up Jax Jimenez getting his first at bat from the left side of the plate today, as he batted his first couple times against Jackson Bird. So that one misses upstairs for a ball. Well, David Orlinski, having played his freshman year at West LA College, came from Chaminade High School. That one misses down and away for a ball, and Ethan Bergen is going out to talk to Orlinski.
Making his first appearance of the summer for the Seagulls. As Bergen tries to calm his pitcher. Has thrown 6 balls and yet to throw a strike.
So David Orlinski, yeah, 6 straight balls started off. Orlinski, right-handed pitcher at UCLA. That's 7 straight balls. It's now 3-0.
Yeah, and if he leaves one hanging, Jax Jimenez has all the power in the world to lift that beyond.
Misses outside, so 8 straight balls to start off this inning. 2 straight walks for the Oaks.
Yeah, that's not an ideal start in any way, as a pinch runner, Lucas Daniewicz, now replacing Jake Schwartz at second base, but just not an ideal way to start this inning.
So yeah, Lucas Daniewicz running at second base as Orlinski. But right before UCLA, he played his first year. He was at Los Angeles Pierce College, transferred to UCLA the following summer, studying political science and government.
I'll just say it's really cool to just see a North team here come and play in George Sparky Anderson Field. The Oaks not making any, well, they are making one business trip up north to play the Slow Blues, but not going that far north.
That one's bunted in front of Orlinski by Thomas. The throw to first is in time, so Thomas does his job. He moves both Daniewicz and Jimenez into scoring position with the sac bunt. And now the Oaks have a golden opportunity to take the lead here.
Once again, unselfish baseball from the Oaks. As Jonah Dawson now comes up, we've already seen him with 1 hit today.
Yeah, Dawson, he singled last inning. That was the start of a 1-run inning for the Oaks. He was followed by a double by Isaac Veal, who waits on deck. Infield in for the Seagulls. That's in the dirt. It gets away, and the Oaks will take the lead as Daniewicz comes to the plate. Well, just like that, 1 pitch after the sac bunt, and the Oaks are out in front as Orlinski missed the target there.
Yeah, he's just having lots of struggles early on in his first start here. I mean, right there, a ball in the dirt that Bergen just can't control, and the Oaks just every time taking advantage.
Infield still up for the Seagulls as there is a runner at third. Dawson looks at a strike on the upper outside part of the plate. It's now 1-1. Yeah, that ball just skipped in the dirt and hit Bergen square. 1-1. Poked out to right field, but foul. One ball and 2 strikes on Jonah Dawson. Jimenez standing at third base with 1 out. Oaks have a 4-3 lead. 1-2. In the dirt, it's blocked by Bergen. Well, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dawson. Seagulls finding trouble of their own in the field in this bottom of the 6th. 2-2. Fouled back and out of play. So Jonah Dawson is battling Orlinski. Jimenez at third with 1 out. Here's the 2-2. That hits Dawson. That is the second time Dawson has been hit, and that's the third hit by pitch that the Oaks have seen.
Yeah, it's getting real sloppy for Orlinski on the mound right now, and the Oaks aren't going to get away from what works. I mean, they're just taking advantage of the miscues right here by the Seagulls. As long as the Seagulls keep, messing up, the Oaks will take advantage.
Isaac Veal comes to the plate. It's now first and third with 1 out. And Seagulls do have a chance to end this inning with a double play. And it still could have been no runs if it weren't for the wild pitch. There's a strike on the outer part of the plate. And in that case, it would be bases loaded with 1 out and still a tie game. But like you said, the Oaks have been able to take advantage. Seagulls have taken advantage of Oaks' mistakes and vice versa. The 0-1. Veal lifts one in the air to center field. Will it be deep enough to score a run? Catch is made in center by Hansen. Coming to the plate, and safe is Dawson, and they... So it is a sac fly by looks like, that was...
No, I think it was because Hansen out in center field had actually dropped the ball and hadn't fully contained it, which allowed Veal to be ruled safe as he takes off instantly.
There goes Veal. He is safe by a mile as that throw goes into center field, and Veal will take 2. And 2 slides. How about that? Well, maybe the Oaks are glad that worked out in his favor. Yeah, I apologize. I guess Hansen hadn't fully contained that ball, and it dropped, and they got the force at second. So Dawson, yeah, and I also had noticed that Dawson, he didn't end up having to tag after all as it was dropped. Gonzalez looks at a strike, catches the middle part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. In the dirt, blocked by Bergen. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Gonzalez had an RBI in the 5th inning on the RBI ground out that brought Dawson to the plate. 1-2. That hits Gonzalez. That is the 4th hit batter for the Oaks, and the 2nd of this inning.
Yeah, and this is going to get a mound visit from the Seagulls skipper, and I think rightfully so. Orlinski's had his troubles, but I will say just defensively as a whole, this team has pretty much fallen asleep. We've seen multiple times of guys just not even controlling the throws at them, and I imagine we'll see a pitching change here.
So David Orlinski's day is done, and we'll step aside. Yeah. And Reese Appleby will come onto the mound to relieve David Orlinski. So Orlinski not able to finish the inning. He gets 2 outs, but walks 2 and hits 2. He never even gave up a hit. 1 ball, or first pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Zach Mora, who is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled back in the 5th inning. So it's Veal at third and Gonzalez at first. 2-run game. There goes Gonzalez, and Bergen will bluff the throw. Well, Reese Appleby on the season so far, he has thrown in 12 2/3 total innings, has struck out 5 batters, allowed 15 hits. That misses in the dirt for ball 2. Appleby has allowed 19 total runs this season. Both runners on base would belong to Orlinski, though, for the time being, as that one is fouled straight back. Mora just got a piece of that one. Yeah, and for David Orlinski, things just did not look up for him this inning.
Not at all.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-2, ground ball, left side, base hit. Into scores Veal. Gonzalez right behind him. The throw home is cut off. It's a 2 RBI single by Zach Mora. That would be his 2nd hit of the day. And it's now 7-3 Oaks.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there. Pretty much a seeing eye single out into left field, and The Oaks have really come alive, but it's also been a lot of help just from the defensive miscues of the Seagulls. But right there, that was a well-earned 2 runs that Zach Mora got right there.
Devin Wilkes takes one inside. Almost check swung there, but goes too far in. 1 ball and no strikes. On Wilkes as Zach Mora stands at first after driving home a pair. 1-0 hits the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike now.
And this inning's almost getting as long as Rapunzel's hair. It's just the way it's kind of going. We've seen hit pitches, we've seen walks, and the Oaks have been able to capitalize on all of the miscues.
There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wilkes. With 2 outs, Mora is the runner at first. 1-2 on the way. A swing and a miss, so Wilkes goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. And so we head now to the 7th inning, 2/3 of the way through this game. Stay tuned. New pitcher for the Conejo Oaks, Damon Villa, the 3rd pitcher of the day. Villa was on the Oaks team last year, the 2024 CCL championship team. And he comes on here in the 7th inning as that one misses low and away. And leading things off is Matt Galvin for the Seagulls. Galvin 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error and flew out to center. 1-0 misses inside for ball 2.
Yeah, Damon Villa making his now 7th appearance of the season. Has all been in relief duty.
2-0. That one misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 on Matt Galvin.
And for Villa, he's coming into this inning with a comfortable margin of a 4-run lead after quite a long but successful bottom of the 6th inning for the Oaks.
3-0 on the way. Up and in, ball 4. Leadoff walk to Matt Galvin, the second time he has reached today. That'll bring up Mark Zhu.
We saw Mark Zhu get a single last time in the 5th inning. Was also a victim of a caught stealing.
Hits the outside corner for a strike. Yeah, and that caught stealing play, that was a big play in that 2-run inning for the 5th. Who knows? They could have scored more in that inning had it not been for that. That one is poked out to right field. It's going to be a long run. It's not going to be caught by Danuitz. He has to play it on quite a few hops, and going first to third is Matt Galvin. So the Seagulls, they're in business. They're down by 4 runs in the 7th inning, but not out of this game.
Yeah, the base running also I know Zhu got caught stealing last time, but the base running has been very solid for the Seagulls. They've been pretty intentional with when they do try to turn it for 2 right there, and they just have the speed with the guys that they have in this order. And it was a well-hit ball kind of put into no man's land in that right field, just along the right field line. Danuitz had to make a good run to get that one.
That one's a shot to center field. It's going to be dropping in front of Jimenez for a base hit, and to score is Galvin. So it's an RBI single for Josh Hansen, and it's now a 3-run ball game, 7-4 Conejo.
Working on all cylinders right now. We've now seen a walk and back-to-back singles to get this 7th inning started, and the Seagulls aren't just going to go away easy. They didn't come down to just Southern California to enjoy the weather. They came down to win baseball games.
That'll bring up Thomas Maher. Takes one low and outside for a ball. Well, Maher 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the 5th inning. As he waits for a 1-0. There's a line drive, base hit to left field. Well, Zhu is going to be stopped at third, and now Seagulls have the bases loaded with nobody out. And with one swing of the bat, Alan Ramirez could turn this game upside down.
Back-to-back-to-back singles from the Seagulls. Putting on quite the show right here, but now it's up to them to be able to finish what they've started.
First pitch. Strike on the upper part of the zone. 0-1 the count to Alan Ramirez, the second baseman. He's got a couple of RBI singles of his own, one in the 3rd and one in the 5th. Looks at another strike, almost a very similar location, as he's behind 0-2. Bases loaded with nobody out. The 0-2 to Ramirez. Chopper to the left side. Mora will come home for the force, and that's all the Oaks will get. So 1 out. That's a big out for the Oaks as they get the lead runner Zhu at home in the form of a force out.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Mora, and Thomas Smart to just pretty much put his foot on the bag and try to turn it for 2. Didn't get the throw in time, but yeah, like you mentioned, a big out, but still the Seagulls with bases loaded. Plenty of opportunity.
That brings up Jackson Bird. He is still the DH in this game, no longer the pitcher. There's a swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. It's also interesting to think about that combination. We've seen instances this season where there were rule checks about the pitcher and the designated hitter. I think one part of it was how long can they pitch and still be the designated hitter at one point. And the 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner, the tailing fastball there. 0-2 is the count to Jackson Bird.
Yeah, it's the first time this season we've seen someone start on the mound and also be a designated hitter. We've seen guys come in as relief as designated hitter, but see what he does with an 0-2.
0-2 on the way. Fouled straight back. Well, on the bases for the Seagulls, you've got Hansen at third, Maher at second, and Ramirez at first. 3-run ball game, the 0-2. Chop to the right side, Wilkes takes it, steps on the bag, and a run will score. So Wilkes gets the easiest out that he can. It's tough to say if he would have had a clear shot at second there. I mean, that chopper was hit high by Bird, but, you know, Wilkes, I figure a run would score either way. I don't know if Wilkes would have had a great shot at Hansen at home, but it's now a 2-run ball game. Tying runs at second and third. Misses upstairs. The first pitch to Ethan Bergen, 1-0. Bergen is 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Singled his last time up, last inning. The 1-0. Popped up. Foul territory. Thomas is caught off balance and was not able to make the catch. Well, nice attempt there by Thomas. He got a little turned around by that baseball. So it is a 1-1 count on Ethan Bergen with 2 outs. Chopped foul right off of himself. So it's a 1-ball and 2-strike count now. There's 2 gone. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. One, 2 on the way. Ground ball to short. Gonzalez will throw to first in time for the 3rd out. Seagulls get a pair. One productive out, but 2 runs across. We head now to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here at George Sparky Anderson Field. Nolan Johnson will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Conejo Oaks. They lead 7-5 now. The Seagulls scored a couple runs of their own in the top of the 7th inning. Misses down and in for a ball. Well, Nolan Johnson is 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the first inning. Waits for a 1-0 from Reese Appleby. And it hit him. 5th hit batter of the game for the Oaks. As Johnson shakes that one off and goes to first. And yeah, for the Oaks, that's now 4 hit batters in the last 3 innings.
Just been a rough day for the relief pitchers that have come in for the Seagulls.
First pitch misses outside to Lucas Danuitz, getting his first at bat after taking over as a pinch runner for Jake Schwartz. 1-0. Hits the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Lucas Danuitz. Johnson at first, nobody out. Back-to-back hit batters. 6th of the game. 5 in the last 3 innings. We're going to have a mound visit here before Jimenez steps to the plate. Pitching coach Cage Cascone in his 4th season with the Seagulls. After 2 hit batters, definitely not the way Appleby wanted to start out this inning.
Yeah, Cascone, former player for the Seagulls. He also works as a Olympic certified personal trainer throughout the year. But at this moment, he's just trying to put some confidence in his pitcher. But right there, I mean, those are just 2 ill-advised pitches.
Well, that brings up Jax Jimenez to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. See if the Oaks can punish Appleby for those 2 hit batters. First pitch. Jimenez showed bunt, pulled it back, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Oaks with a 2-run lead over the Seagulls. 1 insurance run. The 0-1. Misses up and in for a ball, 1-1. Well, Jimenez playing some unselfish baseball at the plate, as the Oaks have been doing all day. Doing the little things to do damage, and gives themselves the best chance to win, as Jimenez now takes a strike on the inside corner. So now with 2 strikes, the bunt is not ideally in order. Johnson at second, Danuitz at first. Nobody out. 1-2 on the way. A shot to second. Ramirez to Maher to first. In time for the double play, 4-6-3. 2 outs now and a runner at third, and that's huge for the Seagulls.
Yeah, that was beautifully done by Ramirez out in second base, pretty much pitching it over with his glove. And yeah, the 4-6-3 double play after back-to-back hit by pitchers really helping out Appleby on the mound.
Well, now Jacob Galloway is going to bat. He's going to pinch hit for Anthony Thomas, so he'll be the new catcher.
Yeah, he was 2 for 3 in the game versus the Barons on Tuesday. He had 2 singles. He was also hit by a pitch. So with a string of hit by pitches, it could be another one.
Johnson at third, 2 outs. It's a 2-run lead for the Oaks. First pitch. A strike on the inner part of the plate to Galloway. 0-1. Jonah Dawson waits on deck. 7-5 Oaks here in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Nice scoop back there by Ethan Bergen.
Yeah, he's been certainly busy with trying to control some of these wild pitches that his pitchers have thrown him. He's done a good job.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Galloway looks at ball 2 upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Galloway has 18 RBIs on the season, so someone that is lethal when at the plate, especially with the runners in scoring position. And Nolan Johnson just 90 feet away at third base.
2-1 misses downstairs. It's now a 3-1 count on Galloway. And Galloway also with 1 home run on the season.
Yeah, he thrives in positions where he's up in the count, batting just above 400 when leading in the count.
3-1. There's a strike right over the middle of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on Galloway with Johnson at third. No runs yet this inning. 3-2. Fought off, and it's into left field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Johnson scores, and it's a pinch hit RBI single by Jacob Galloway. It's now 8-5 Oaks.
Yeah, just a bloop single into left field. It's not hit very hard, but it gets over the third baseman's head Victorian and allows Johnson to come home and add a little more insurance to what is now a 3-run lead.
Jonah Dawson steps to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single and 2 hit by pitches. It's been hit twice as that one misses down and away, 1-0. Isaac Veal waiting on deck. Him and Danuitz switch with Veal now moving to left and Danuitz in right. 1-0. In the dirt, blocked by Bergen. It's 2-0 on Jonah Dawson. Galloway at first, and the pitch looked like it was about wrist inside, and he's able to fight it off into left field where Maher wasn't, and that ball skipped away from both Victorian and Maher and rolled all the way into left field. There's a ground ball to short, and it gets right through the legs of Maher into left center field. Galloway heads to third. Now he's going to come to the plate, and he will be safe without a play. Another costly run given up by the Seagulls as sharp ground ball by Dawson just went right under the glove of Maher into left center field, and Galloway, he scored all the way from first base. It's 9-5 Oaks.
It's another time the Oaks have now taken advantage of the miscues by the Oaks, and Cade Falskin coming in as a pinch runner for Jonah Dawson.
Cade Falskin recently committed to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo to play for the Mustangs, so congrats to him. Isaac Veal is the batter, and yeah, Appleby, he is, he started off by hitting 2 batters, then he got the double play and then gave up the RBI single to Galloway, but that last play right there was an extra backbreaker for the Seagulls.
Yeah, it certainly is, but it's just the Oaks have every time taken advantage and can't keep having mistakes against one of the best teams in the South Division.
You really can, and there's 2 outs now. Cade Falskin at first. Veal looks at a strike, dropping to the lower part of the zone, 0-1. Isaac Veal, he doubled back in the 5th inning. That's just his 3rd hit of the season. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Check at first, and Waldvogel is able to knock that ball down, and Falskin appears to be in some discomfort. I wonder if he got clipped on the hand.
Yeah, maybe a cleat.
Yeah.
from first baseman Waldvog. So as he's getting tended to, we'll see. Yeah, and it looks like they'll make a substitution.
Yeah, Falskin coming out of this game. It'll be Tyler Holly running at first base for Cade Falskin. Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. And, you know, I'd like to think it wouldn't be a long-lasting injury, but never really know. Yeah, Yoshi Shiratori, the trainer for the Oaks, is coming out to check on Falskin.
Yeah, potentially just like bleeding. Looks like it's his maybe right elbow.
Yeah, maybe
being tended to.
It might have gotten accidentally stepped on by Waldvogel there as he was trying to scatter to get that ball. Meanwhile, Reese Appleby has to get loose.
Yeah, I think they're just taping up just like the more of that forearm right below the elbow.
And looks like, oh, so no pinch runner after all. Falskin is staying in there. Well, they had all of us fooled, but Falskin appears to be at least okay enough to stay in this game with some treatment from Shiratori. Some trainer treatment. He's able to stay in there. So this at-bat will continue as it's an 0-2 count on Isaac Field. He's got to refocus at the plate, and Appleby also has to refocus on the mound. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 9-5 Oaks. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Well, following the delay, that didn't take long for Appleby to get out of the inning, but not a pretty inning for Seagulls. Another error cost them an extra run. And we head now to the 8th, 9-5 Oaks. Top of the 8th inning, and Nathan Hernandez taking over on the mound for the Conejo Oaks, another pitcher of the 2024 CCL championship team. He's 1-0 on the season so far. Has pitched 7 total innings up to this point. First pitch is up and in to Caden Victorian. Well, Victorian has had a fine day at the plate. He's tripled and walked. Bounced into a double play his last time up. 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Nathan Hernandez, a 2-year transfer from Oxnard College, a rising senior at Biola. That one misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike, and he graduated from Pacifica High School in 2022, a year when he threw the school's first no-hitter in school history and was also the strikeout record holder in that season. He helped his team finish 2nd at state championships that year. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was also first team All-County All-Pacific View League in 2022.
Making his now 6th appearance on the mound this summer for the Oaks.
Misses upstairs. It's a full count on Caden Victorian. Well, last time that we saw Hernandez was last Friday on July 4th against the Philippines baseball group, a game when the Philippines won 7-5. There's a swing and a miss. So Victorian goes down via way of the K. 1 out. And for Hernandez, that would be his 4th strikeout of the season.
Yeah, he's been one of only 3 pitchers left on this pitching staff to allow a run. Just allowed 5 hits on the season. Only walked 3 in the 7 total innings that he has pitched.
Derek Waldvogel steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And he lines one into left field past Zach Mora for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Derek Waldvogel. Puts a man on first with 1 out.
Yeah, just drove that right by Zach Mora into left field, and still just a 4-run game. I mean, we've seen the Barons make some remarkable comeback versus the Oaks, so certainly not out. And, you know, the Seagulls are going to give it all with it being just the final 2 innings they'll play in Southern California for the rest of the season.
One out. First pitch is a strike on the outer part of the plate to Mac Galvin. Galvin is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. He has reached base twice. He reached on an error in the 3rd and his walk last inning. 0-1 from Hernandez. Misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Nate Hernandez pitching for the 6th time this season. Waldvogel at first with 1 out. Chopper to the right side. Falskin throws to second to get the force out for out number 2. That's all the Oaks will get. Ball was not nearly hit hard enough to turn 2, but Oaks will take that out.
Yeah, Falskin did the right play to get it at second to not allow runners in scoring position for the Seagulls. But yeah, just not enough time to turn it for 2, as Matt Galvin really has shown his speed throughout this game. And another example as he got quickly to first base.
That now brings up Mark Zhu for the Seagulls with 2 outs. Looks at a strike that hits the upper part of the zone. Zhu, the couple of hits, he's actually 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles as well as a sac bunt. There's 2 outs. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. And Mark Zhu falls behind 0-2.
Who's Ben?
There's 2 outs here
No.
in the 8th inning. Waldvogel at first. It's a 4-run lead for the Conejo Oaks. No balls, 2 strikes. Hernandez deals. And Mizzou missed that one. Galloway has to go back, and he's got no play, so a dropped 3rd strike, and ball just skipped too far away from Galloway to complete the strikeout. That'll bring up Josh Hansen back to the top of the order for the Seagulls. He is 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles, including an RBI single in the 7th inning. And that at the time made it a 3-run game. So Seagulls with 2 on, with 2 outs. They've certainly given up more runs than they could have prevented. That one is a check swing foul to the right side, and well, a lot of these runs are unearned.
Coach, I haven't even talked.
No balls and 1 strike. The count to Hansen.
No. I haven't
It's
even.
2 outs.
Where'd you leave it?
There's a ball that misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seagulls, they have their work cut out, and you know, the Oaks still have a chance to get a lot of insurance runs. One. Misses just a little off the plate. It's now 2-1 on Josh Hansen. 2 outs. Two-one on the way. Fouled straight back against the screen. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's Galvin at second and Zhu at first with 2 outs. 2-2 to Galvin. Swung on and missed. A nasty slider from Hernandez gets Hansen to chase, and the Seagulls are finished here in the 8th. Go to the bottom of the 8th, 9-5 Oaks. Stay tuned. We now enter the bottom of the 8th inning. The Oaks will come up to bat, and Reese Appleby's day is done after going an inning and a third, and he yields way to Alan Gaber, the relief pitcher for the San Francisco Seagulls, a right-hander. Yeah, Alan Gaber was previously at College of the Desert as well as Mid-American Christian University as a rising junior. Last we hear is in the portal. And his first pitch goes all the way to the backstop for a ball. Well, Gaber so far 0-1 on the season, an 81.0 ERA. He has pitched in a third of an inning, has struck out one batter and walked two and allowed one hit. That one goes over Gonzalez's helmet. So he's now ahead 2-0. Top of the order due up for the Oaks in this bottom of the 8th. That one misses for ball 3, and well, actually, beg your pardon, Gaber has thrown 6 innings and has struck out 6 batters, has walked 13 so far this summer, as there's a strike on the outer part of the plate, 3-1. And this is Gaber's his 6th appearance on the mound. He's made 1 start, and that one misses inside. It's a leadoff walk to Ethan Gonzalez.
Yeah, not a way you want to start an inning, especially when you're down by 4 runs. And if the Oaks are able to hold off Seagulls on top of the 9th and hold this lead, this will be the last offensive time we see them today.
Well, Zach Mora at the plate. He's had a pretty good day at the plate. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, including 2 RBIs. Gonzalez at first. Looks at a strike that tails inside. No balls and 1 strike. Devin Wilkes waits on deck for the Oaks. The 0-1. Misses in the dirt and doesn't go too far away from Bergen. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Devin Wilkes waits on deck for the Oaks. Gonzalez with a pretty good lead at first. There he goes. Pitches upstairs, throw down to second, not in time. So Ethan Gonzalez gets a stolen base, and for Gonzalez, that would be his 5th stolen base of the season. 2 balls and 1 strike on Zach Mora. Strike on the lower part of the zone. It's 2-2. So Gonzalez in scoring position, as the Oaks certainly have a golden opportunity to get some insurance here against Gaber. 2-2 on the way. There's a line drive into left field for a base hit. Gonzalez is going to come around third. Mora on his way to second. He slides in safely, and it's now 10-5 Oaks on an RBI double by Zach Mora.
Yeah, his 3rd of the season. He jumped all over that pitch by Alan Gaber. And Ethan Gonzalez once again showing off good base running. And the Oaks now doubling the Seagulls' score of 5 runs. Now it's 10-5 Oaks as they try to push their way to a 4th straight win.
So runner at second, Mora now with still nobody out. It's 10-5 Oaks, and that'll bring up Devin Wilkes. He is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single back in the first. Or RBI ground that, I beg your pardon, as there's A strike on the outside corner. He has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch as well. No balls and 1 strike on Wilkes. Gaber deals. Misses upstairs. It's 1-1 on Devin Wilkes.
It's a strong game to be heading into the weekend that plays the Santa Barbara Foresters and the Arroyo Seco Saints, 2 teams top 3 in the South Division.
1-1. Chopper on the infield. Mora is able to move to third, and Maher has no play. Boy, that was, I don't even know how to describe that. That was perfectly placed by Devin Wilkes. Just a very high chopper that just almost like floated atop the glove of Maher.
It felt like it was floating on like the magic carpet that Jasmine rode.
That'll bring up Nolan Johnson now. Runners at the corners with nobody out. There's a strike on the outer part of the plate. 0-1. Well, the Oaks now with a 5-run cushion. It's 10-5. They've got twice as many runs as the Seagulls on the day. This is downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mora at third and Wilkes at first. And it was a great read by Mora as well to recognize that, as there's a ground ball to second, and it eats up Alan Ramirez.
Oh my God.
And so another run in for the Oaks. Mora comes across. It's 11-5 Oaks.
Yeah, that was just a well-struck ball by Nolan Johnson, who gets his now 2nd hit of the day. But, I mean, that completely ate up second baseman Ramirez.
Yeah, I mean, at this point it does sum up pretty well how the day has gone on defense for the Seagulls.
Yeah, another defensive error, up to 5 on the day.
Lucas Danuitz is the batter now. Looks at a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Yeah, I mean, Mora for him to take third on that ground ball by Wilkes, and that was a great read by him, recognizing that Maher was not going to have a shot at him. And then he comes around on the error. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
And the Oaks still have not, or I should say the Seagulls have still not gotten out in this inning.
So Danuitz with Wilkes at second and Johnson at first. Alan Gaber looks to record an out. There's not been an out yet. Misses downstairs for a ball.
Yeah, he kind of has like those similar issues that we see with kind of Max Strickland of sometimes he can get decent velocity, just his command of the strike zone has been a real struggle in this inning alone.
Danuitz takes another ball inside. It's now a 3-1 count on Danuitz. So Wilkes and Johnson, the runners. A 3-1. Outside, that's ball 4, so a walk to Danuitz, and that would be the second walk of this inning. That'll bring up Jax Jimenez. Jimenez is yet to record a hit today. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Certainly a strong bat in the Oaks lineup, but the Oaks, they've got the bases loaded now with nobody out and a 6-run cushion. And a ball hit over the wall. would give them a 10-run cushion. Misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, well, Alan Gaber just has to wake up from a nightmare here. He has not been able to record an out yet this inning. Already 2 runs across in this bottom of the 8th. That one is ripped. Fair down the right field line. In to score is Wilkes. Right behind him is Johnson. He scores. And coming around third, Danuitz. Jax Jimenez has emptied the bases with a bases clearing triple down the right field line. And the Oaks continue to blow it wide open. It's now 14-5 Oaks.
Yeah, Jax Jimenez just doing what he does best. Now his first triple of the season, and great base running by all the Oaks. This game has completely broken open as the Seagulls are sent back north.
Yeah, well, Seagulls pitching coach Cage Cascone just going out to talk to him. Gaber has yet to record an out, and it's now 5 runs in this inning before an out. As Jimenez stands at third for, now the batter is Jacob Galloway. He had an RBI single his first time up as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, I mean, knock on wood, but the Oaks might bat around before the Seagulls can even get an out.
That is within possibility. Jimenez at third, nobody out. 5 runs in, it's 14-5 Oaks. That goes to the backstop, and that's going to be another run as Jimenez comes home to score. So it's now 15-5 as the Oaks now have 3 times as many runs as do the Seagulls. And, you know, Jimenez does about as much, you know, almost the equivalent of a grand slam there with the bases clearing triple and then one pitch later, a wild pitch.
I was hoping we were potentially going to see a inside the park home run. The ball kind of got stuck out in right field, but eventually the ball got back into play and held Jimenez at third. But yeah, it just came home right the next pitch after.
2-0. Misses outside, and you know it's interesting. You point out potentially a ball getting stuck. There appears to be a very small opening between the foul pole and both sides of the fence, opposite to the sides of the foul pole. I've personally not seen a ball get stuck there.
Are you serious?
As that one misses upstairs, it's now 4-pitch walk to Galloway. There's still nobody out in this inning.
Too. Like, how are you pitching so bad?
And Cade Falskin gets his first at bat after pinch running for Jonah Dawson after he had reached in the 7th. And that is now 7 batters in this inning before an out has been recorded. So,
Well, that's impressive.
yeah, it is impressive for one, and the guarantee now is that the Oaks, they will bat around.
Yeah, we'll see how much longer the Seagulls give Gaber. I know they just want to keep him for development, but I mean, at a certain point, you do have to start getting outs. I mean, fortunately, we can't be here all day. But
As evidenced by the lack of lights on the athletic side of Cal Lutheran University. You're on Gilbert Plaza. right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. An even 1-1 count on Falskin with Galloway at first. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Yeah, I mean, this inning has been the most brutal so far for the Seagulls. Now 6 runs. One, two on the way. Swing and a miss. So finally 8 batters into this inning, and Gaber is able to record an out. He strikes out Falskin. That'll bring up now Isaac Veal. Veal is 1 for 4 on the day with a double. And Veal is the 9th man to bat in this inning. And with 1 out, even if he hits into a double play, the Oaks will have batted around. Misses low and outside for a ball.
Well, the Oaks will be back in action tomorrow. Away from George Sparky Anderson Field. Take a road trip up to Santa Barbara High School.
As that one misses down and away for ball 2, yes. It'll be a 4:30 start time tomorrow at Eddie Matthews Field at Santa Barbara High School.
Yeah, certainly a big one for the Oaks if they can pick up a win there on the road.
That misses inside. It's 3-0 on Isaac Veal.
As it stands right now, the Forcers are actually trailing the Blues 4-1 at the top of the 4th inning.
3-0 on the way. Misses in the dirt for a 4-pitch walk. Well, it's official. The Oaks have batted around in this 8th inning. So Alan Gaber, he sees the entire Oaks lineup, and that is going to be it for him. He ends up going across 9 batters, a third of an inning. So we will now take a break and be right back. So 2 substitutions in order. On the mound now for the Seagulls is the infielder Jake Brewer. That's right, we're going there now. And Brady Hewitt is now pinch hitting for Ethan Gonzalez.
And I get you don't want to use your other pitcher's arms, but this might not be the smartest play, I will say.
Well, that one goes right above Hewitt's head and gets behind Bergen. And the runners move up, so Galloway at third and Isaac Veal is at second.
Jake Brewer, a junior at Kenyatta College.
There's still just one out in this inning. Hewitt could bring a run home with a sac fly or a ground out. And he takes one in the dirt. It's 3-0.
Well, I guess he could, if he had dreams of being a pitcher one day, I guess he's filling those dreams right now. But
hey, yeah, one step closer. Low and outside, a 4-pitch walk, back-to-back walks for the Seagulls. 2 of the 3 runners on base now do belong to Gaber. He has, as it stands right now, allowed 6, and Zach Mora will step to the plate now. Mora has 3 hits on the day. He's got 3 RBIs as well. He's 3 for 5. Misses up and in for ball 1. Bases are loaded with 1 out.
I mean, he's just out there throwing the baseball.
Goes to the backstop and everybody holds. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Oaks, for one thing, that's a close call, but
Yeah.
might as well cut them a break.
No, yeah, I mean, we've seen the Oaks be aggressive on pass balls, but you saw Galloway kind of hold everyone off and keep them at bay.
Misses in the dirt for ball 3, so 3-0 count.
See if he gets a strike.
He does, and it's fouled straight back. Well, and Sparky Anderson Field is giving him some noise after that strike, as it would be. A swing and a miss.
And I'm not.
So it's now a full count on Hewitt.
You don't want to be that guy.
No.
You don't want to be that guy.
Or I beg your pardon, Mora. A 3-2. High chopper. And throw to first is in time. And a good scoop by Derek Waldvogel, as the Seagulls honestly barely got that second out there. It is an RBI ground out. Mora with now his 4th RBI.
Yeah, and he's laughing as he goes back to the dugout.
He laughs, but he got the job done.
He does. Now Landon West as another pinch hitter.
This is a time for subs. So Wilkes finishes this game 2 for 4 with a couple of hits. Or 1 for 4, I beg your pardon. Second and third with 2 outs. Landon West pinch hitting. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike on West. Veal at third with Hewitt at second. 0-1 is sliced foul to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. West finishes this inning. So,
Well, it had to be
3-pitch
someone.
strikeout. Yeah. Well, the Oaks score 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and all 7 charged to Gaber. But we head to the 9th inning. It's now 16-5 Oaks, and it's rally time for the Seagulls. We'll be back. Here we are now in the 9th inning. Last chance for the Seagulls to make anything happen, but they're going to have to score 11 runs just to tie this game. As the Seagulls will have a pinch hitter, Finn Whalen, who's actually a pitcher for the Seagulls. He faces Nate Hernandez, although he has batted fairly well this season, a 205 average. The first pitch he sees, he grounds to third. Nice play by Mora at third. Throw to first, a strike to Landon West for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, the Seagulls would need a Cinderella miracle to be able to pull this one off. I mean, after that 8th inning especially, we just, pretty much just rounded the bases for the Oaks. And, yeah, now just down to 2 outs, it's going to be a tough one.
Unlike Cinderella, though, they'll have to stay on their toes. One out now. First pitch is upstairs to, looks like another pinch hitter.
Carson Chavez.
Carson Chavez, a junior at Fordham University from Long Beach, California. Fordham, the alma mater of broadcast legend Vince Scully. There's a grounder to short. Throw to first. Gets away from Landon West. So Chavez will stay at first. It's an error for Brady Hewitt, and we've seen sloppy defense on both teams really in this game. It hasn't, defensively hasn't really been one-sided. It's just that the Oaks have had more chances to capitalize on mistakes.
Yeah, now it's up to 9 total defensive errors between the Seagulls and Oaks. Just the 3rd of the game for the Oaks.
First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Jake Brewer. Well, Brewer came on as the pitcher to finish off the 8th inning. The 0-1. Ground ball left side. Hewitt has struggled controlling it. Throw to first is not in time. Well, Hewitt did not have a good grip on that ball, and his throw to first was too late. Brewer beat it out. And that brings up Ethan Bergen to the plate. First and second with 1 out. First pitch from Hernandez. Bergen, ground ball to the left side. Mora steps on third. Throw to first over the head of Landon West. And Myers will go to third. And Brewer, I beg your pardon, will go to third. Well, another misplay right there.
Another misplay, they get the out. So, down to 1 out, but Seagulls sort of knocking at the door.
Pecking at the door like Seagulls. Second and third with 2 outs. Still an 11-run game, and Caden Victorian will step to the plate. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a triple. So it's Brewer at third and Bergen. Actually, it's Chavez at third and Bergen at second with 2 outs. First pitch. Line drive right back up the middle for a base hit. Chavez scores. And stopping at third is Bergen, wisely so. It is an RBI single for Caden Victorian, back to a 10-run ball game. Yeah, Hernandez in no hurry exactly, but want to get the Seagulls, want to put the Seagulls away when you can. Just 1 out to go, but anything can change And Derek Waldvogel at the plate. He got his first hit of the game his last time up in the 8th. It's now 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. First pitch. A swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike on Waldvogel. Nate Hernandez looking to finish out a 2-inning relief appearance and keep it at just 1 run. This one would be unearned following a few errors. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez and the Oaks 1 strike away from advancing 17-8 on the season. The 0-2. Right side, it's going to go foul. Well, it's an 0-2 count on Derek Waldvogel with Bergen at 3rd and Victorian at 1st. 2 outs. And the 0-2. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner. And this long rout of a game is over as the Oaks soundly defeat the Seagulls 16-6. And the Oaks now off to a 4-game winning streak. Seagulls have now dropped their last 3 games. And the Oaks, you know, they really came out on top. They exploded at the plate and also really took advantage of a series of defensive mistakes as we welcome you back up to the broadcast booth. Well, not really much to say after that. I mean, there was scrappy and sloppy defense on both sides. We even saw it from the Oaks in this top of the 9th inning, but you know, the Seagulls, they just made too many mistakes, and you know, that bottom of the 8th inning, it was just a nightmare that Alan Gaber never really woke up from. But yeah, the Oaks, they really took care of business, and you know, this was a close game for a long time until until it started being 9-5 after 7-5, and you know, the Oaks, they just kept opening the door wide open.
Yeah, it was a tough one to end the south road trip for the San Francisco Seagulls, but the Oaks, I mean, they just took advantage of everything that the Seagulls gave them. Their bats finally came alive, and they were continuing to hit, and that combination alone is really what exploded in the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th inning that we saw from the Oaks. And going on a 4-game winning streak, now you headed to play the Santa Barbara Foresters. That's a team where you want to come in hot, and this is certainly the game that they did just that. And they'll have an opportunity at 4:30 tomorrow to beat them on the road, maybe once again.
Yes, the Oaks will travel to Santa Barbara. It's for tomorrow, a 4:30 game on the road. And Jude, you're going to make the bus this time, aren't you?
I hopefully will.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 at Eddie Matthews Field, and we will see you then. Have a great evening.